Good evening, everybody. It is fall. Fall hit West Texas with a bang. We've got nothing but rain the last few days. It's actually cold outside. It is gray and disgusting. I have a ton of water in here because it leaks and nothing but mud outside. But okay, so it's been a week. Today is Tuesday, September 26th, sorry. And I don't have a lot to show, but I do have some stuff. This last week was really hectic, crazy. My daughter's birthday was on Thursday. I was at work. I didn't get to see her, but her grandparents took her out to dinner. She had a nice time. Then Saturday we had a party for her at the park, and it was a beautiful day. It wasn't hot, it wasn't icky like it is now. And we did shaving cream twister. It was hilarious watching the kids try and keep their balance while slipping in the shaving cream. And then afterwards, because it was on a plastic tarp, and so it made it even more slippery. So then afterwards, they would all just like run on the plastic and slip and slide around. And then after that, we stretched out the plastic and ran a water hose across it, and they just slip and slide. So they had a lot of fun. And that was my weekend, and then I came back to work. And I'm trying to put in as many days as I can because I'm taking off a bunch of days next week. First, I have to go to Dallas. Well, actually, it's kind of north of Fort Worth, to see my mother. She's having surgery, and to stay with my grandmother while my mother's in the hospital. And then I'll leave from there and go to Austin for the Flosstube retreat, which I'm still so excited about. And a little bit nervous. But I'll get to that more later. First, I did not have any finishes this week. I could have, if I had stayed focused, I could have finished one of my little advent calendar pieces. But of course, I lost focus. So I didn't get enough done on it. But I will show you where it's at. And you kind of saw it on the last video because I had started working on it, then took a break to make the video. And then this is where I got on him. So he's almost done. He looks a little creepy right there, actually, to be honest. I probably should have at least tried to finish his face because it looks a little creepy. So then next I worked on my jack-o'-lantern piece. Let me see which one it is. Not that one. I think it's this one. I didn't pull all these out first because I just want to get to it before I run out of light, because with it being gray and nasty outside, it's probably going to get dark really fast. So here's where it is. I still absolutely love this fabric. It comes across on the video a little bit brighter than it is there. That's more natural, the color, but so I got some more of these leaves done over here, and a little bit of this over here. I'm missing this one color right here, but it's okay. I brought my floss tonight to restock some of my projects because I have nothing better to do. But really, from like here up is done. I just need to finish out the pumpkin, and then there's this vine across the bottom, and then it should be done. I want to try and do this close to the beginning of the month so that I can hang it up, since next month is Halloween. And I've seen so many Halloween pieces being done right now, and Halloween was never a big holiday for me. Like, I celebrated it, I went trick-or-treating, that sort of thing, but it was never just, you know, it wasn't a big thing in my family. My husband's family, they do it up, or at least they used to. The last couple of years we haven't done so much, but you know, they used to have their whole porch decked out, and they'd be in costume, and they'd scare kids as they came up to the porch, and it's a real big thing for them. But I found that I really like a lot of Halloween patterns, despite the holiday not being super significant for me. So, and of course, you know, Halloween focuses on black cats, and cats are always a favorite of mine, obviously, because half my whips have a cat in them. And I have a hole in my lip. Okay. Next, I worked on my Under the Sea stitch along. I am really behind. There for a while I was focusing on my stitch alongs and I would get them done as soon as the patterns came out or as close to as possible, and then I got away from it and just started focusing on all my whips. So then these ones kind of took a back seat, but here's the piece as a whole where I'm at now. So we've got January, February, March, April, May, June, and I am working on, oh, hold on. January, February, March, April, May, June. Yeah, I'm working on July, which is the mermaid. And I didn't have any mermaid done at all when I pulled her out. So there she is. You can start to tell it's her. And so that's July's. August is a stingray, and September's is a turtle. So I really need to catch up on that one. I'm behind. Ooh, see, I told you I'm losing light fast. Okay, luckily I don't have that much to show. That's that. And then the last one I worked on, because as I explained last time, ooh, I don't want this camera. Oh, maybe I should have thought about this one a little bit. That's better. I have to do 2 pieces a week, 2 blocks a week, or whatever, however you want to do it, on my Monopoly board. So I started working on it last night, and I almost got both my pieces for the week done in one session, one night of stitching, but I ran out of a color because I didn't cut off enough. But so as you can see, I would have finished except for this little bit of orange here, so I'll get that finished up tonight, and then I'm almost done with I almost finished 3 pieces last night. So this one's moving along very, very nicely. Well, I guess the board actually kind of goes like this. So that is where I'm at on that one. I really like how it's turning out. I like how bright the colors are that, you know, fill the little squares. So I'm getting quite a bit done on that one, and I'll be working on it some tonight. I think I'm going to finish up the orange and maybe even finish up the community chest and then move on to something else for the night. So that's all my whips. Like I said, no finishes, no haul, nothing like that. So what else do I have? I did kind of want to do an update on my bullet journal, because it's been a little while since you've seen it, and I did a little something different this month, and I colored. I've been coloring. So like after I finished for the night, I would color the line so that, you know, I only worked on that one project. And you can see lots of little dots in here. I've been doing pretty good this month, trying to touch on as much as I can. And of course the green dot means I started the Monopoly that day, and it's been worked on twice since, because like I said, I have to work on that one every week if I'm going to get it done in time. Okay, my flavor of the week is not super exciting this week. First, I'll talk about the Flosstube. My old Flosstube person that I picked this week was Julicious, Julia. And the reason I picked her this week specifically is because she is the one that has put together the Flosstube retreat that's going on in Austin next weekend, that I'm so super excited about going to, and it looks like it's going to just be the most awesome weekend in the entire world. So a shout out to her, because I know it's stressing her out and she is ready to pull out her hair, but I feel like she's done such an amazing job. And of course I just like watching her videos, especially when she did this last, not the last video, but when she did her 20 random facts. She was just kind of kicked back in her chair, sipping on her coffee, and she just looked like we were just sitting in the chair next to her, hanging out with her and chatting with her. And I like that we can all become so comfortable when talking to a camera, and knowing that this video is going out to so many different people that we don't know and who could judge us. I know that a lot of the community doesn't, but there's always somebody out there that's going to. And, you know, we take out our time to do this, and it could come out negatively. But, you know, she doesn't let the haters get to her. And she just invites you in like you're a friend. So I really like her videos. My new Flosstuber this week is new to Flosstube. She put out her first video because she's going to be at the Flosstube retreat, and she wanted everybody to kind of get to know her before she goes. And her video is X Tina Stitcher. I'll of course link these below. And she actually put out a good long video for her first video, and she had a lot to show and a lot to talk about. But she totally cracked me up because, you know, going to the retreat is kind of her stepping out of her comfort zone, and she's not very outgoing per se. So she's afraid she's going to hide in a corner, and I could swear I said the exact same thing. So I may just have to go like hook arm in arm with her and skip around the room. So because I feel the same way, and that's what makes me so incredibly nervous about going, is because putting myself out there, it's hard. At least when I'm talking to the camera, I know that somebody's gonna watch this video because I have subscribers, but you know, I'm not actually looking at somebody and trying to initiate a conversation with them. Once that you get past that, and I don't feel like, you know, you think I'm weird or judging me or anything like that, I can chat all day long. It's just that initial coming out of the shell or the box. So I thought that was really cool. So I will link both their videos below, and you should check them out. Most of you probably already do, but I figure a little more exposure isn't going to hurt anybody. I did not even watch a movie this week. I've been really focused on trying to get caught up on NCIS. I just finished season 13, and so I have season 14, and it came back on tonight. So I'm almost caught up. But I finished Big Little Lies, and I really, even though I spoke about it last week, now that I'm finished with it, I need to speak again. I've heard, hold on, I've got the information over here. They won a bunch of awards. Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Miniseries, Outstanding Lead Actor in a Drama. They won a lot of awards, and I can see why. The show it's dark. It's not completely dark. It's a bunch of women living their lives and being friends with each other, but there's so much going on, and it hits on real issues, and just, it's really good show. And that finale, oh my goodness, like, I kind of saw it coming, but when it happened, it was, I will be picking that series. I'll be sticking with it for a while, because it was good. It was amazing. I loved it. So I am still listening to Snow Like Ashes on my audiobook. I did pick up Delirium, and I got a couple chapters in, but I am finding I just don't find the time to read, because when I pick up a book, I think the entire time, how many stitches could I have gotten in this amount of time? So it's really hard for me to do, because then I want to put it down and I want to stitch. So, and then half the time I put it down and don't actually stitch, but you know, that's life. So I've got to go now. I hope y'all have a great week, and I will see y'all at the retreat.